Sports back at it. So today we're going to talk about a specific team, the Knicks. We're going to talk about the New York Knicks. We've talked about them once before, and I remember myself saying that the Tom Thibodeau was a bad hire. But I'm going to have to clarify on that now because they're 14-16 in the East. So it's a pretty competitive East. So what do you think of the Knicks right now?
I think, do we think... I think the question we have to ask ourselves is this a fluke or is this for real?
Oh, let me get that question. Great question. So, are the New York Knicks a team of the future or are they a fluke?
I think.
Just say it.
I don't. Surprisingly, I don't think that they're a fluke.
You don't think so? Okay.
I don't think they're a fluke.
Sure.
I think the Knicks are a team for the future, if they're smart enough to get a point guard. If the Knicks get a point guard for long term, I think they could be live.
That is actually, in all honesty, that is what they need. They do need a point guard. That's really what it is.
Exactly.
Just a point guard. I think that they've, just to mention the point guard thing, they messed up in the draft. They should have gotten Tyrese Halliburton.
Yes.
But I'm going to let you.
Yes. Because I remember me and my father were talking about this the other day, actually. He was talking about how he is not against getting Obi Toppin, but they think Tyrese Halliburton would have. He's confused on if he's a combo guard or if he's a point guard.
I think he could have been both.
Exactly, because I think the Knicks would have put him in position to be more in pick and roll opportunities to where he will be able to run the show. But other than that, I think Julius Randle's having an all-star season this year. 23 points, 10 rebounds per game. I think a lot of people are hard on RJ Barrett.
But honestly though, with RJ Barrett, for what he's been given, he's playing his part. Like, he's gonna get there. He's only 20 years old. He's not Zion. Let's just be honest here. And he's not John Morant. So let's cool it on that.
Exactly.
Like, to the people.
Yeah, but also I can't.
You're going off the third pick. You're saying third pick.
No. I'm not going off of that because if I go off of that, I have to give that same courtesy to Lonzo Ball. So at the same time, but it's like that's not RJ. What people don't understand, RJ Barrett's game is get to the hole whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Like, he's not no shooter. He's not gonna take you off the dribble and pull up jump shot, or he's gonna be just chuck. RJ can be pulling up just from far, but that's not his game.
I'll put it to you this way. RJ Barrett is a hard-working, committed young player who's only 20 years old. Yes. He will get where he needs to get. Like, Brandon Ingram didn't make his first All-Star team till he was 24.
Yeah. So,
I'm not comparing to Brandon Ingram, don't get me wrong, but, like, I think for a third pick, that too for the Knicks. And we knew what the Knicks were last year. It was really bad last year. You know, they fired a coach. Julius Randle kept ball hogging. Not anymore. Like, he's a great player. But I think that to RJ Barrett, I think he's on the right path. I think he should keep working on his game, keep doing the role, listen to his coach, and prove that he's a serviceable player in the league before it gets bad. And it's not bad for him. He's on the rise right now. I just think that he's going to slowly get there. Like, I can see him being an all-star when he's 22, 23. Not for the next 2 years, though, because he's still developing. He needs to do more, like you said, than just get to the hole.
I think, just to piggyback off of that, I believe RJ Barrett just needs to... If RJ Barrett gets a jump shot, he will be a threat. And he's already a threat, but he will be a perennial threat. Yeah. So, and also I want to mention this. Big shout out to Emmanuel Quickley. Yeah. Emmanuel Quickley is emerging as not a young star, but he is going to be a player to be reckoned with.
A great starter on a good team.
Exactly. Like, he can be solid on Knicks as their starting point guard going forward. Because he can pull up for the deep ball, he can get to his free throw line floater. There's many tools he can use in his bag.
Exactly.
So I give credit to him. Also, they have to figure out what they're gonna do with Mitchell Robinson. I think that is, if they
trade him to the Nets. The Nets need him.
it's
But
it
that
would be
would work.
okay.
That would help, right?
It would help.
It would help the Nets, right? Let's be honest.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
But like, they would never trade him to a crosstown rival.
No
ever.
way. No way.
But as far as that, they just need to figure out whether because he always gets in foul trouble.
Yeah.
So if he can stay disciplined, because he's a great defensive threat.
Yeah. Put him in the dunker spot. He's great. He's athletic.
It's true, but I think. Oh my. Excuse me. But I think if he can figure out his role or what his place is going to be in the league, I think that would be very, very important for him, because he doesn't know whether he wants to be a Joel Embiid type player or if he wants to be a Rudy Gobert type player.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think they just need to figure out. But I think Tom Thibodeau is doing a good job with this team. Even though I don't agree with the hire at first, I think he's doing a good job. They're changing the culture, especially with Taj Gibson and Derrick Rose being their veterans on that team. Used to play with used to coach Derrick Rose and Taj Gibson back in 2009, 2010. So I think this is a great situation for the Knicks for right now. Plus, they have cap space after this year because of Randall's contract.
No, definitely. And I want to address a few points. I made a big deal about it, I think, our last video, how I thought it should have been Mark Jackson instead of Tom Thibodeau. I think this time, I kind of think that it worked out for Tom Thibodeau and the Knicks, because Tom Thibodeau is a culture establisher.
Yes.
He doesn't take any bullshit from anybody. He's a tough, hard-nosed coach. His players will respect him. I think he's the main reason Julius Randle is having the season he's having.
True.
Because Julius Randle told the front office, I need a coach that can keep me accountable and keep me in check. Because he knew that he was on the ball for almost the entire offense. I think that Tom Thibodeau is going to set a great tone, great culture. I still think it could have also been Mark Jackson, but I think Tom Thibodeau is still doing a great job and has proven, I think, in that sense, I think he proven me wrong, because I thought he was just going to be a track team. Like, I think you said that, but, I think, they proven me wrong, and I think he's doing great with the Nets. Now, I kind of want to talk about Derrick Rose.
Real quick, I think, just to go back on that track team thing, but I think that's perfect for this team, because they're a very young team.
They're a young team that needs a culture and just needs to prove that they're a good destination free agents. That's what it is. Let's be honest.
Back to what you were saying about Derrick Rose.
So I think for Derrick Rose, okay, it's tough. It's a little tough. I think Derrick Rose is gonna eventually be their starting point guard. That's what I'm thinking, because him and Tom Thibodeau have, like Derrick Rose said, a level of synergy most coaches and players don't have. It's very rare to see. Also, the Knicks wanted Derrick Rose.
Yes.
So they have a few thoughts for him. I think right now they're waiting to get him assimilated in the offense, get him kind of mixed in with the team, the culture, and then they're gonna put him in. I think he'll be their starting point guard eventually, and I think he's good for their Alfred Payton, their other players that need guidance. And also, I think Tom Thibodeau knows how to play Derrick Rose. I'll be honest. Look at Minnesota. He dropped 55 points. Well, not because of Tom Thibodeau, but you get what I'm saying. I think that he's eventually going to be their starting point guard, which kind of solves that issue. Not a starting point guard for the future, per se, but a starting point guard for now.
No, I think he will mentor Emmanuel quickly, which will be good, especially because I think Tom Thibodeau's locked up for, what was it,
5 years. No, that was a long-term 5-year deal.
So that will give them time to figure things out, what direction they want to go, if they want to try and get a point guard in the draft this upcoming year, if they have a high pick. But I will just say it. I'm excited for the Knicks in the direction that they're going. They're finally trying to become a relevant team in the NBA, because the NBA desperately needs the Knicks to be relevant.
Literally,
again.
it was to the point where you make this team relevant or you're out. James Dolan.
Not even that, just
I think firing
revenue.
I think Steve Mills really couldn't do the best job.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, I really hope he gets another position with that team, because I think they need more diversity in NBA front offices.
True.
I think that that's necessary. I think that he's not a president of basketball operations, but he's a good he's a good, like, you know, like the people that work with the president in that role. You know, I don't want to say general manager, but he deserves to be in the front office because he held the team together for 3 years. I mean, let's be honest here. Like, hiring David Fizdale wasn't a bad move. He just needed more time. That's what it is.
Yeah, nobody on that team. Like, that was just a bad team at the time.
Exactly.
Flat out.
Nobody wanted to go there.
But the Knicks will be a team, or it will be a project for the future.
Yeah, not for this season though. Please stop all the this season talk. It's not happening. Trust me.
Funny thing is, me and my dad have a bet right now, going on with the Knicks and the Hornets.
Oh, okay. Like, that's tough. Yeah.
Yeah, he has the Knicks going to the playoffs. I have the Hornets going to the playoffs. So we'll see.
It's tough. It's neck and neck. It's tough to say right now. I think we'll know by past the midway season.
And there's a play in this year, so that'll be interesting.
That's gonna be interesting.
It'll be very, very interesting.
But yo, that's all we got.
That's all we got for the day. Please comment, like, subscribe.
Hit the notification bell.
Exactly.
Let us know what you think.
And follow us on Overconfident Sports on Instagram. We'll see y'all later.
Peace.